Hello guys, how you doing? It's your homeboy Guy. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing fine. Myself, I'm perfectly fine. Yes, another indoor video because right now it's a raining season. I have said that already on my previous video, so expect a little bit more video like this. I know you guys, some of you, especially those not living in the Philippines, appreciate to see the background when it's, the nature or the streets. It's a reminder for some Filipino, it reminds you Philippines. For those who are not yet in the Philippines, you have an idea of how the Philippines look like, and in case you want to come, it can motivate you. But anyway, in this video I want to share something that you have heard already several times, or maybe we are preaching that. And for me, I'm going to go straight to the point. It's one of the most selfish things that I ever heard in my life, and it's, well, things may work for you in a certain way, but for me, I think it's not really something that we should encourage or preach. I have heard it for a lot of my friends, especially those doing business, those trying to grow a business or, having some investment, saying that. So what is that famous sentence or quote? If you want to live happily, live quietly, right? If you want to live happily, live quietly. Well, the sentence speaks by itself, right? If you want to live happily, live quietly. And coming from Africa, where there is a lot of superstition, I can tell you that this sentence or that sentence has a different level of meaning even in Africa. Let me tell you an example. Most of the time in Africa, when somebody is about to travel or maybe leave a country for another country, especially when it's the first time, even not when it's the first time, even when it's the third, second, let's say for example, he's leaving Africa to France or Senegal or another country. He will most of the time not say to anyone the day that he's traveling, because according to some superstition that is not proven at all, he thinks that some people can, somehow mystically block his travel, stop him to travel, right? So somehow do not express your joy, do not express do not share your success, in order for you to not see that success fall down, or to not see yourself being unsuccessful, if I can say it like that. So that's one scenario. Here in the Philippines, I have a lot of friends doing business, most likely from Africa, but I also hear it even here in Asia for Filipino and some other culture, Western culture, where they will tell you, hey, I'm opening my small business, I'm doing my small thing, but I don't want to share it with too many people, because when you're sharing too much your thing, when you're exposing too much your life, you're prone to failure, or your success is become at risk for the reason that people know about it. Your success can be at risk, which is really questionable, especially for those doing business, right? I don't understand it in any case, regardless if you're doing business or not, even if it's in your personal life. For me, it doesn't make sense. But especially for those doing business, I think it doesn't make sense at all. Because if you're trying to do something, opening a business, managing a business, the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that everybody know about your business. Unless if your business is illegal, you want to make sure that everybody know about your business, right? Because the business first comes down to how many people I'm connected with, and eventually the people that I'm connected with are the eventual or potential customer. But you can see some people doing business and then saying that I don't want people to know about my business because, and when you ask them why, to live happily, you need to live quietly. Other people will just simply say that when you're sharing your life, when you're sharing the good thing that happened in your life, people can be, jealous and stuff like that. Is it wrong? No, I'm not going to say that it's necessarily wrong. But the selfish part comes down to when you were in the same situation, where you were looking for inspiration, you were looking for idea, you were looking for somebody to show you the path. Not even showing the path, but just looking at somebody who's going to inspire you. Will you be okay that nobody share their success, nobody share their wins, or nobody share anything good that's happening to them? How will you be successful if you don't probably learn from somebody or get inspired by somebody, right? I don't know if you're familiar with empiricism. I don't totally believe in empiricism, but the empiricism is simply a philosophy saying that everything is learned by experience, which at a certain point is true, especially when it's come to success in general. It comes from experience, right? You get inspired by somebody, you listen about something, you hear about something, you see something, you sense something. It's all around things that are around you and you acquire it. Now, ask yourself, what if in the world where we're living right now, nobody share anything, everybody keep themselves, the things for themselves, everybody keep their business, everything that is for themselves? What left? Is the negativity, is the bad, or everything that is not good to share? Because whatever is good and successful for you is probably something that is good to share. But because you're afraid that, oh, if I share this, maybe I'm getting trouble in my life, maybe I'm going to call some jealous people, what left? It's only people that have negative things to offer. And since everything is learned by experience, a young guy coming from a college, or I don't know, whoever who have zero experience, when he's just confronted to things that are negative, what is going to learn? He's just going to learn negativity. There's no positive thing that he can learn, because the society said, if you want to live happily, live quietly. Hide everything that is good. Hide every successful things that happen to your life. Hide all your wins. In that sense, I think that sentence is really selfish. Personally, I have watched so many people, good or bad. At certain point, I need to do the filter by myself. But the fact that I've seen so many successful people, I get inspired by them without talking to them. Can be in the office, can be even in social media. I just watch people, I see how they're looking, how they're doing, how I want to replicate that. And I've learned by experience, by just watching them, they inspire me. You go to your office, it's the same thing. You can see somebody sharing his story with you, his success with you, and you feel inspired, and then you want to become like him by learning. That's where the empiricism comes in, where you just need to, most of the things that you're learning or you're having in this planet or in this world, it's just acquired. It's just things that at first we don't have it. We need to see somebody doing it, and then you get inspired by that person and you want to start doing that. I understand also that yes, the success can bring a lot of things that are, dangerous or putting that success at risk, like jealous people, trouble and stuff like that. But I think by sharing it, you're probably impacting more people positively than getting your own success at risk. And that's also where the selfish part comes in. When I was saying that this is one of the most selfish sentences that I ever heard, it's just because obviously at this point you're just thinking of your soul and individual success compared to 1,000 of people that you can impact or inspire. What if you lose your business, you lose your, I don't know, but in exchange of that, billion of people get inspired and become successful? It's still a success. Now people will say, yes, it's easy to say than do, but I don't even see why you're going to lose your success just because you have shared it with somebody. Just because you have to tell somebody that, hey, I've done this business before, and for you to be successful, this is how you have to do. Why you will have to lose your success or your current business? I don't know. To tell to somebody that, hey, if you're trying to do this like this, you may not do it right. In order for you to do it right, this is how you have to do it. Why your current state, your current wealth, or everything that you have currently will change because you have showed a path. Why by just, I don't know, if you're good in something, show the world how you are good in that, for some other people to learn and get inspired by it. In what it will diminish your talent, in what way your talent will be lesser because you have shared how you're good in something. Obviously, I often hear that, oh, you're bragging things, or if you're doing that, it's also like you're bragging, like you're just trying to show. No. There is nothing like that. Those people think that you're trying to show off. It's probably because, not that they don't have it, but when sometimes, it's not always, when sometimes people cannot have something, they want to make sure that nobody show that they have it, because maybe at a certain point they will have to be proved to show so that okay, show me if you have this, and you may not be able to show that. That's why I feel like everybody should not show. If you're good in speaking a language, speak that language and be proud of it. Get people inspired around you to speak that language. If that language brings you some plus, share it so that more people around you will want to get into that language. Sharing that talent, sharing that knowledge do not mean that you will not be able to speak that language anymore. In no way. It will bring competition. Well, the life itself is a competition. Even to breathe, it's a competition, because there's somebody beside you want to breathe to. There is thousands of people who want to breathe. So everything is come down to competition. But I think we're impacting more positively by sharing than just keeping for you and using that lame sentence saying that in order for you to be successful, you need to live quietly. I hear it often, and in the world that you're living right now, I think if people are really getting full of negativity and stuff like that, it's just because people share less and less success. They just share more and more failure. You will go on the internet, you will see a lot of people talking about negative stuff. This body killed this person, this body hurt this person, but you will seldom see people come and share the real success story, because they have in mind that if I share my successful story, maybe my success will be jeopardized, which I already tried to check that in all aspects. I don't see why your success will be jeopardized. It's true that there are people that can be jealous, but everything has a measurement. I'm not asking that if you have billion, you go in the street, you say, hey, look, I have a billion. But you can tell somebody how to make billion without telling him that I have billion, right? If you have a car, I'm not saying to say, hey, I have a car, I have so many cars. No. But you can tell somebody how you obtain that car, or how to do to obtain that car. So basically, saying that to be happy you need to live quietly is not choosing to not inspire people. And not inspire people just simply means that even you, the talent that you have right now, it came from somebody taught you that, somebody inspired you. So you'll never have been talented as you are right now. So for me, it's a very selfish sentence, and yeah, I'm always a bit annoyed when I hear that. I just think that, okay, just find another excuse to not help, but do not say that to be happy you need to live quietly. That's what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. I know it's also something that is cultural, depending on the geographical area where you're coming from. In Africa, it's something that is very, very, very common to hear people saying that. I also heard that in the Philippines here. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and while waiting, take good care of yourself. Keep liking, keep sharing, more importantly, keep subscribing. Be Bala.